Fortnite just released the first teaser for the upcoming Fortnite Galactic Battle Death Star Sabotage event. I know that was a mouthful, but that's actually the name of this event. And it's happening this Saturday, June 7th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and is going to be a one-time event. I know before we've had all types of events where you're able to watch them over again, but this is going to be one of those end of season, like live narrative, full events where it's going to go straight into downtime afterwards. And a lot of people were expecting if it's going to go straight into downtime afterwards, that must mean something pretty crazy happens. And from this teaser, as you guys can see in the background, it looks like something crazy could actually happen. It looks like this may be one of those events where we actually end up losing and are not able to, so to speak, save the island as they're telling us to do. The actual teaser for this is jump in and join the fight to save the island, but based on this image right here, it doesn't look like we're going to completely save it. You know, obviously you can't really tell what's going on, but that looks like the laser coming out of the Death Star and hitting the Fortnite map. You guys may have caught on in that image as well as in the teaser, like the actual trailer, the mini trailer, that we're going to be able to fly the TIE fighter and we're going to be going towards the Death Star. So looks pretty cool. I assume these camera angles are the things that are going on inside of the Death Star, like all of these, you know, stormtroopers running around and stuff. Or I assume this will be like our point of view, or maybe a cutscene we will see in the event. Looks pretty cool. To be honest, you guys, I was a bit disappointed by this. If you don't know how this came to be, Fortnite had this like community like goal that they wanted to reach before they released something about event. They didn't release anything until just now, until we reached the community goal, and this has been going on since the beginning of the season, and people did all of this stuff, like watch stuff and did whatever they had to do just for like a 10-second little teaser like this. People were a little bit upset, but do not fret, this is not the only thing that we're getting about this event. Ahead of time at Summer Games Fest, which is going to be on the 6th, so this Friday, a day before the actual event does happen, they're going to show the full trailer for this event. So there's this little teaser trailer, then there's a full trailer on the 6th, and then of course the actual event on June 7th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Overall, I'm really excited for this event. It looks like it's going to be something very similar to Operation Skyfire in terms of the like camera angles of us actually being inside of the Death Star. Really excited for that. That's one of my most favorite events of all time, along with us sort of flying towards the Death Star as it's shooting that like beam towards the island. That gives me a lot of Galactus vibes, the Galactus event from Chapter 2 Season 4, where we were flying the battle buses towards Galactus. Honestly, you guys, I think this event is going to be really, really good, and I think a lot of people are going to like it. I know, like, including me, I really haven't been the biggest fan of this season overall. The numbers were pretty low for this season, despite what people might say. The average player count was relatively low and one of the lowest that we've seen in Fortnite, so hopefully this event changes how I feel about this season overall. I think it's going to be really good. Hopefully something monumental does happen. You know, at the end of Skyfire, we saw that, like, you know, all those cubes hitting the map and all those explosions and everything, and then barely anything happened. Hopefully, if the Death Star does do some crazy damage to the map in the event, that actually translates over to the map and we see like a lot of destruction and things like that. You know, maybe the Resistance like takes over the map or something like that, and that's what leads us into next season with like you know, the Superhero Academy and everything, and people have to get better and people have to actually have superpowers to be able to beat the Death Star or whatever like that. I think something like that would be really cool, but let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. How do you feel about this teaser? Are you excited for the new event? Let me know. Drop a like on today's video. You watched all the way to the end. You must have enjoyed, so drop a like. Subscribe to the channel. I make videos like these every single day. Use code PROZEROYT to help support me further, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.